now I know there's somebody here who understands stink.
Imagine 33 squirrels with the mind of a single squirrel. Terrifying. If I didn't care if people cared about what I did, I would totally be out murdering people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's the only real barrier.
Hey y'all, welcome back to A Couple of Fellas. We're here with our friend, our pal, our longtime friend of the podcast. How's it going, Dylan?
I will say there's a lot more moderation in the bean world as it applies to me.
You don't say.
Yeah, so recent events maybe related to the podcast, maybe not. I won't speak to that specifically, but overall, I think I've done some reflecting on myself.
Yeah,
and I think moderation across the board is good for anybody, as it applies to beans and the consumption of beans.
Right,
I think
and
it's better for me specifically. So I think I've gone along an enlightened path.
Would you say you've been better? Please appreciate that pun.
I think.
Zane, this is a serious topic.
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah, that was
sorry.
kind of a little rude. I guess I'll
very
say.
sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to open up, but
We just came from a comedy show. I wanted to break the tension.
it's okay. So some people, some people cope with comedy. Some people like to reflect and open up their real emotions.
Right.
And like to show their vulnerability, and I guess they sometimes regret it because of the reactions of others.
So what it sounds like to me is that there was a big bad bean problem is what it sounds like to me. And I'm big about
Still the jokes, right? Yeah. No, this is good. Right? Because I guess this is part of learning who you should and should not open up to. Mm-hmm. I thought this was a good idea. I thought this was a new time for me.
Right.
I thought I've done some reflecting. I've worked on myself, and I thought, hey, you know what? It's time for me to open up and be true to myself. But
To bring the bean, so to speak.
right, yeah, no, this is good. This is good. I love the jokes. To me, this is good.
We're just alliterating, pal, all right? If you're going to take that personally, I think that this interview might be over.
Right. Well, I guess, trying to not take it personally leaves me in kind of a sticky situation. Some people would understand. Some people try to allow their friends, when they're opening up, to be vulnerable in front of them.
Yeah, and some of them like to shut their friends down.
And some like to do that, right? Some like to do that.
Which we would never do, because we're here for you to open up.
Yeah, no, apparently. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you guys would never do to a real friend.
What I think is that the best way to, if you were truly over this problem, but if you were truly ready to embrace this new moderation, and if something had happened in the past, you'd be comfortable talking about it. And I thought that you would trust me enough, and that we were close enough for you to talk to me about it too.
Right.
Just
Well,
me and Zane.
so I kind of opened up right at the beginning of the podcast. I opened up. I said, I'm ready to move on. Right.
Yeah.
And it was met with some abrasion, I guess I'll say, for lack of a better word. But
Right.
Dude,
I-
you know we're always there for you. We've been down this road.
yeah, no, this is great. You think, I guess I was sorely mistaken going into this.
What I would say is, if you're not ready to joke about it, do you think you're really over it?
I don't know. I think sometimes you have to identify some vulnerabilities and identify some instances where you have to take on some responsibility for maintaining a good relationship with your friend,
Right.
and understanding when they're vulnerable and
Recognizing that you've been avoiding responsibility.
so yeah, let's talk about the weather or something other than this.
Literally anything else.
Yeah, no, because that'd be good.
Yeah. Clear. Okay.
I'll be the bigger man. and talk about something else, and not
I wanna
go
say
after you
bigger
guys.
bean, but that's a low fruit.
Right? Yeah,
How about
yeah.
the comedy
A
show?
magical fruit.
How about
Yeah.
the comedy show we just went to?
It was great, actually. No, it was fantastic. Pleasantly surprised.
Dude, yeah, Bert Kreischer really knocked it out of the park. I wasn't expecting to
Brett
like it that
Brett
much.
Chrysler, Brad
Yeah.
Kirshner, all of them.
Brent Crystals.
Brent Crystals, yeah, he was good too.
Yeah. Can never quite figure out what the guy's name was, but he was a pretty funny dude, I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Dave Williamson, first opener, also great. Did not catch the name of the second opener at any time.
He was also good though. Yeah. I guess sometimes I blur the lines between relatability and them trying to be funny. Like when I listen to the comedy shows and I introspectively think like, oh yeah, that's so relatable. I'm like, oh wait, they're also making a joke. But I guess sometimes I misinterpret the lines where it's supposed to be funny and you're not supposed to relate to it. How much you should relate to it should be, I don't know, because there's this abstract world of comedy where you displace, reality for a sec and look at it, introspect, or what's it where you stand above, bird's eye view of the situation. Objectively, there's some word, I'm not
Sure.
Yeah. But
Did you? So you're saying you related to the part?
I
Where he
related
shit his
to a
pants?
lot of it, and I was like, oh wait, no, this is supposed to be funny. You're not supposed to be like, oh yeah, no, totally.
That's a good point,
Right,
Bert.
right, yeah, right, yeah,
That's a point, fat man with his shirt off,
Right, yeah,
yelling
yeah.
into a microphone.
yeah. When
Wearing
you
a Smokey the Bear hat.
right, yeah, right. When you take your shirt off in front of thousands of people.
Yeah. But yeah, he killed it, man.
No, yeah, it was a great show.
One thing that I remember we were talking about after was something that bugs me about Bert is how much he just laughs at his own jokes. Like,
Yeah,
it's funny for an effect every once in a while, but like it just when you watch like a lot of his stuff, it
Yeah.
just all the time just giggling at himself. And this time he really
Yeah.
didn't at
Yep.
all,
Yep.
except for like once.
absolutely. Yeah,
that
right.
I don't
yeah,
even know if that was real, but
I think he did a few times tonight, and
Right.
he might have just blanked over it. I feel differently about it because laughter is contagious, and I can laugh along with, and I can appreciate recognizing the humor in your own story. I get that, like, flat, monotone storytelling, the Tom Segura style of deadpan delivery, is also Jeselnik a style.
What does
But I
Jeselnik
can-
mean?
Anthony Jeselnik is
Oh, okay.
maybe the darkest and funniest, best writing comedian that I know of. Great. 2 specials on Netflix. I think the first is better, but they're both pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I can get it laughing along with someone who's laughing at their own jokes, so it does not bother me in the slightest.
Yeah. No, I
Hasn't
mean,
ever.
I guess it's just different tastes because it's just because I love Tom Segura. I love Bert Kreischer. I can't get myself to listen to Two Bears One Cave, and they're both super funny guys, but it's to your point, Steve, is the laughing at the joke, and it's like different tastes. I can't see myself enjoying that. It's not that I can't see myself, it's just I don't enjoy it. And he did a great job. Like it was a phenomenal performance, honestly.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
really enjoyed the whole thing. Like it was great.
oh my god, dude! And then afterwards, a highlight of the night, we were windows down, absolutely jamming to
Yep.
"Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen.
Yep.
And then some lady was like, kind of trying to get our attention. I was like, oh, she's pissed. And then
Yeah,
she's
right.
like, hey, what band is that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's Queen.
Yeah, dude.
She's like, keep going, I love it.
That was fantastic.
And then we pumped it up to 11 and
Yeah.
fucking screamed the rest of it.
yeah. Oh,
Sing
yeah.
along.
Yeah. See, I love the vibe. See, when we were driving up to our ski trip,
Yeah.
there's a vibe that I get from you, Steve. When there's
Sensual.
well,
Deep.
So I guess trying to think out loud here, right? When you hear a song and because I love singing. I'm terrible at singing, but I love singing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a level. You got to feel the room, right? You got to read the room when you hear a song and you love the song. How much do you commit to singing to it, right? Because you're not good, you're not talented, but how much do you commit?
No,
When
I
you're-
know.
when
No,
you're-
I know I'm good.
Right.
I know I'm good.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
So-
Me too. Right.
I'm
But-
with you, Dylan. I'm with you.
Right, yeah. And so there's a level where you're like, okay, there's like 10 people around. I know 2 of them really well. I'm going to keep it a low level. I'm going to hum along.
Right.
But
Read the room.
the vibe that I get from Steve, and this is the point I'm trying to make here, is like, you go in, and I'm like, somebody's here that's going to commit. I'm going in.
Dude,
I'm with
flattered.
it.
I'm absolutely flattered.
Well, I just love it because I guess I tend towards I'm really, really willing to do something outlandish like that.
Mm-hmm.
but I can't be the first one. I'm too nervous.
Right.
Yeah, but when you're ready to do it, I'm there, and that's what I love.
With most things, I'm like that.
Right. No, exactly. Right. And same here. Right.
Steve's a great enabler, especially with dancing.
Right.
I've said for years that all of my dancing prowess is an 85% facsimile of what Steve does.
Right,
I
yeah.
just watch, copy, and do like a semi-decent job of that, and that's been what I've ridden on entirely.
Right. Dancing. I'll say I'm the inverse. I'll if there's music, I'll dance on the dance floor.
Hell yeah, dude.
I boogie. I love to dance. I'll do that if nobody's dancing.
I've got no problem making a goof of myself.
Yeah.
But when Steve's there, I'll put effort in.
Yeah, but he's a good dancer. He's long, tall, and handsome, and he also is actually good at dancing, which is frustrating. We'll go.
I love presenting this man in the abstract to any random new friend I have, particularly females.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is 6'5", national champion wrestler, fit as heck,
I know.
funny, humble, electrical engineer,
Right.
knows every song lyric, can dance to them all.
Yeah.
But there's one problem, and they all go, is he gay? I say,
Right.
Worse.
Damn close.
He loves anime.
Right. Yeah.
And
yeah.
for like 75%, that's a big no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. See, I hype him up too, and then when women finally meet him, they're like, "What the frick did you just show me?"
No.
No, I'm kidding.
Get out of here. I'm a freak.
Don't look at me.
I know my good angles. I put those things on Instagram, and
Heck
then
yeah.
when you come to my dungeon, you see the gremlin that lives inside.
The stinkiness, dude.
Yeah, dude. The stink. That's a big thing.
Yeah, man. Stink.
Sweaty boy.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
The stink
yeah.
is real. Yeah, Steve and I actually had a little ongoing, I'll say, friendly feud.
Yeah,
friendly
yeah.
feud because
A stink off of sorts.
How long you could each go without showering?
that, I think, one of the first instances where I realized maybe I'm not the most stinky person that I know is peak quarantine. We went over to Steve's place. I can't remember what.
No.
And I
For
was
the fights?
maybe, but I remember I was the first one to arrive, and we were walking up the stairs, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I don't shower really," and I was asking you, kind of prodding, like,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to let him know right off the bat that I really don't shower, because this is the first time.
Right. This is a blood bond.
Right,
I need
right.
to give something up too.
Right, and
Really, that sounded pretty direct. What were
well,
you
no, I
avoiding?
didn't like say, "Hi, Steve, I haven't showered in 8 days." But that's I was kind of prodding to see
He was
how
putting
much
his
he
cards
showered
on
to
the
see.
table. Yeah.
I was
Putting
trying
it-
to see how much I could share to make sure that
said it was
I know
5,
what to
and then
say.
I'd round up later.
Right. You round up or round down to see how weird they are. And
Right.
once he said, "Oh yeah, if I don't see anybody, I don't shower." I'm like, it was such a relief
Honestly.
because now I know there's somebody here who understands stink.
And even then, the only times I do like full body, my whole body's getting covered in soap showers and shampoo and everything, that's only when I wrestle because I don't want like ringworm or something.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
that most days, and I would say the longest I've gone without a shower in like recent memory, aside from maybe when I was backpacking in other countries, is like 36 tops 48 hours.
That'd be good for you.
Insane.
Yeah,
to
no,
me.
that's good hygiene.
I dislike being greasy, especially with long hair, and I love feeling clean, especially before I get into bed. I don't like to get into bed with the day's grime on me, so I'm a night showerer.
No, that's very fair. Yeah,
Night and post-workout, so sometimes twice a day, depending when I work out.
yeah.
Depends on how sweaty I'm getting. After a run, I'll shower every time.
Not
After
me.
a lift, I might not be sweaty.
I don't care if I'm sweaty. If I don't want to shower, I just don't shower.
It's just not happening.
not happening. It's
If I-
cold. It's wet. No
If
thanks.
I go to the gym, then I shower, even if it's just light weight training and I don't break a sweat. Gym means shower.
Yeah.
And I try to finish every shower cold deliberately.
You're a good boy. Yeah.
I need to rewind. You said every shower. That one of the problems is that they're cold. 'Cause
Yeah.
we can knock that one out so easy.
How?
Just turn the knob.
Teach me your ways.
Yeah, there's a knob, maybe 2 knobs. I'd have to see your specific shower, but I'm kind of a master of all of them.
All right, there's already 3 things I have to consider. I
Make
don't
it
know if I can do
unafraid.
this, guys. All right, you're pressuring me to do this. I think we should probably move on to
We should
something
probably
else.
pump the brakes on.
I'll
this one.
be okay with letting you be the stink king and I am the close second.
Back
Right.
to beans or something else?
Gross. Okay, enough with that. Gross stink level, you take the cake. Per capita stink level, I think I'm much stronger
That's
competitor.
true. I got a bigger landfill to
Right,
fill
right,
up
right, right, yeah.
than you do.
And it scales. It doesn't scale linearly, right? With your
Right.
body size, right? You weigh X amount of pounds more. That doesn't mean your X stink more.
Oh yeah, I'm just edging you out if I am. It's
Right.
still a debate.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I think I might have smelled a stink worse than either of your stinks lately. The night before Thanksgiving.
No.
Quiet through the house. Not a creature was stirring, except in the emergency department at Delseyton Hospital where I was shadowing. There was a procedure that I watched. It was a foot abscess drainage. So this dude stepped on a nail like 6 days before. It got infected, and necrotic dead tissue was all the way up past some of the tendons of his toes, like
Holy
deep in his
shit.
foot. Decent
my
chance he has to get it amputated, if not already, now
Yeah.
a week later. And I shadowed the surgeon who was doing it, like the second year resident, and they used a cool little cauterizing, and to stop any blood vessel bleeds, but also you can cut and cauterize with it in one go. So if you imagine, the little like bamboo coffee stirrer sticks,
Yeah.
that type of like flat width, whatever.
No.
They're like 5-6 inches long. It's like you might
Okay.
not buy that kind of
Okay.
coffee.
Okay.
If you cut off like the last 3 millimeters of that little like rectangle flat edge,
Yeah, but okay. Oh, like a popsicle stick almost.
sure, but thinner and smaller.
Yep.
It's similar to that, the active end. So you can press the flat edge against blood vessels to cauterize them pretty much immediately. Or you can use it and drag it edgewise through tissue to cut and cauterize blood vessels in the skin.
Oh, no way. Okay.
as
Yeah.
you go, which
Right.
is
Right.
super cool because I just that's a very, very low level basic surgical tool, but I hadn't seen it in action and that was new to me, so it blew my mind still. And the problem is there's kind of a running thing with surgeons and medical personnel about like the smell of a cauterizing iron and flesh, and it's
Yeah.
sickly sweet, weird, burny, gross, kind of gives weird feelings.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's a difference between that and necrotic, dead, infected
Right.
tissue
Yeah.
getting
No,
burned and
absolutely.
cauterized.
Yeah.
And dude, this procedure happened at like 8:30, 10:30, maybe, I don't know.
Time's important.
I was there till 2 in the morning or later, and despite washing my face, mask still smelled like it, face still smelled like it. Got home, tossed the mask in the washing machine, washed off my face, took a shower, washed off my face, still could like taste it on the edge of my lips. It was horrific.
Yeah. No, that made me think for some reason. It made me think of like real nature, right? Real nature. Imagine being like vultures, or what else is
Imagine eating decaying shit.
Yeah, what do they call those animals? Scavengers. Like you're eating that. You're sticking your face in rotten flesh and you're eating it, dude. Takes
I wonder if
tough stomach.
vultures. I wonder if they would prefer or dislike, or it's neutral to them if like the flesh is now necrotic rather than like
I
just
feel-
kind of died on the end of the
I
road.
don't know if I've read or seen this somewhere, but I feel like they do prefer better, fresher meat, but like have the digestive capabilities to eat scavenged shit.
Right, and they're also not equipped to be very predatory, so they kind of have to scavenge.
Yeah. Vultures are cool birds. Why they get a pretty bad rap, I think.
They do. Well, they're ugly.
Exactly.
And I think Joe Rogan brings this up a lot, like rats versus like squirrels, right? Squirrels are puffy, they're cute.
you got big
They're
funny
they're
tails.
rats.
Yeah.
They're rats that can climb better. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
They're pretty good at acrobatics.
They're right. Yeah, they're more acrobatic.
Some of them fly.
Fair enough. But I guess
Rat with a show.
well, now that I'm thinking about it, I was gonna say the only distinguishing factor is that rats are ugly. No, that rats are grimy. Rats, you don't see squirrels in New York City scrummaging through the subway system,
True.
eating out dead people.
Oh, I kind of want to see like eating
Eating
out
out dead people, yeah.
Yeah. Not just eating them, but like
Eating
they
them
start
out.
somewhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, I kind of want to see a squirrel get to the size of like a New York City subway rat.
that I would pay to see that.
You know what I
that'd be
mean?
fantastic.
Like that's a scary little animal.
Yeah, dude, squirrels. Humans are so weak compared to like any other animal.
Compared to squirrels, I know.
Well, any other animal specific strength, right? I used to have goats when I was up until I left for college, right? And this was a 50, 60 pound goat. I had been wrestling for 4 years.
Yeah.
I knew how to like wrestle a fully grown, I'll say man for the sake of argument,
Yeah.
hold his shoulders down on a mat.
Yeah, and they are also trained.
who exercises, trains in this art, right?
Yeah.
And put their shoulders on the mat.
And is your size.
Right, without using my entire strength. To hold this goat down to clip his hooves took all of my strength, and I walked away with bruises because he was so stinking strong. It's unreal. And then you think about, like, you know what also makes me think about, like, shooting BB guns or, like a regular 22 at a squirrel. They'll freaking live if you shoot the relative cannonball size at us, right? If you get hit with a cannonball, you're dying.
Yeah.
For sure. The same relative size projectile is going into a squirrel, blowing out half their organs, and they're climbing up trees. They're running and scampering.
Dylan, what the fuck do you do in your spare time?
I don't know. My brain's weird, man.
Oh, this is all a thought experiment?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, right. No, exactly. I'm just thinking, like, when you hunt squirrels, you know, you're not gonna use a 50 caliber or 308 or something like that to I mean,
You might not.
I won't. I would not. Yes, but
I would.
I'm sure some people could.
They're on my
and
property
would.
after all.
Right,
I bought
right.
this land.
Hey man,
I didn't just buy
if
it, I earned
provoked,
it.
yeah. I mean, Connecticut doesn't have a castle doctrine,
Careful,
but
it's not
some
a
states
guest of
do.
your downstairs tenant.
Oh, the squirrel? I won't. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And if she is having a squirrel over, that is not in the least. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
So,
animals are strong though.
Not
Yeah.
on my property.
We're animals, but
yeah, I'm a NIMBY with
not
squirrels.
us. Yeah.
What is that?
Not in my backyard. Yeah. It's usually about racist people, but I just hate squirrels.
Is it really
No, not just that. That is
the
one
origins?
use of no, I don't even
Oh.
know. It's just like, oh yeah, it's the people who are like, oh yeah, I believe in this cause, unless it's in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? And so sometimes, sometimes that's
right.
applied to like the racial diversification of neighborhoods, but oftentimes it's with like cell phone towers also.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like all of Hollywood advocating for the super left policies that they do, despite knowing that it doesn't impact them at all. No one's moving into their neighborhood. They still have an accountant that'll find every tax loophole if those change. Like, they don't have to see or deal with any of the issues or the consequences of the solutions that they propose when they advocate.
Yeah. Well,
There's a glass tower.
yeah,
effect for
sometimes,
sure.
right? Yeah, but that's why you see people getting out of LA because
Jason
now they're
Momoa
seeing the
is
results.
legit and connects with his community back in Hawaii. But
Oh,
like,
okay,
a lot
yeah.
of celebrities.
Wait, he's from
It's
Hawaii?
that facade
I thought he
shit.
was from
At
like
least his
Montana or
family-
something.
No, I think it was
Oh,
Hawaii, California.
Okay.
He's from Momoa. That's how he got the name.
Jason.
Oh
of
no
Momoa.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay,
yeah. He
interesting.
comes from a long.
Where is
lineage of-
Momoa?
In the Pacific.
Okay,
Yeah.
where in the Pacific?
It's a big ocean, dude.
Yeah, be
You don't know.
Be Pacific.
Yeah. Like the kind of north central part.
North central part, like
Yeah.
which like north of what?
North of Hawaii.
Central of what?
Center between of the ocean. It's bounded. So like between the United States and Russia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where Momoa is.
Okay,
A
yeah.
proud people.
Right, yeah.
You
yeah,
sound kind of ignorant that you've never heard of them.
No, you sound facetious. You've never been to Momoa, have you?
No, but I still respect their culture. I don't have the funds currently to visit.
Honestly, I don't know what facetious means, but it sounded pretty good. in
Yeah,
that
it worked on
sentence.
me. I
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
defend myself
Yeah,
from it. So
yeah.
it's a powerful tool.
Means
Right.
you're joking, so he was spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Facetitious, as some might say.
Yeah. Imagine the squirrel the size of a human, like a
all
230
doomed.
pound. Imagine
Imagine
yeah,
fighting
right?
it. Could you do it with a sword? What kind
No,
of sword?
no question,
Tell me the
not.
strategy.
No,
No, he's-
absolutely not.
yeah, he's
absolutely
way too
not.
quick.
No question in my mind. I would lose that battle.
I'm
when-
terrified.
I'm yes, no, absolutely. That's an apex predator if they're human size.
What about a 100-pound squirrel?
Still dead.
Yeah.
50-pound squirrel. I think is still pushing it. Like
I would say that 100-pound squirrel, that is the jaw titan going up against a regular titan.
that's yeah.
He's climbing all over you.
I mean,
He's
now
got
jaw
his little
titan.
claws, and he has like a powerful bite with those big
Oh
teeth.
my god. Yeah, dude.
Shit.
He's
You can
climbing
take
all-
off fingers easy.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
arms.
Yeah, they can take your finger off like at their size, like 6. I don't even know if they get 6 pounds. Maybe 4 pounds max. That
Squirrels,
still sounds
that's
like a lot.
huge as
Yeah,
hell.
I was gonna say that. I'd say like
3.6 was the average that I found, but it was like plus minus 1.2 standard deviations.
Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, you scale that up by like 33 times, get
Yeah,
them up to
that's-
100 pounds.
Yeah.
Imagine 33 squirrels with the mind of a single squirrel. Terrifying.
I hate it, but I don't know that that's even equivalent. Seems like it falls short
Falls short
of-
of how many squirrels is 100 pounds?
of 100 pounds of squirrel in one being.
Right.
Its combative ability.
Would you rather take on one 100
knew
pound
this was
squirrel
coming.
or
Yep.
33 normal 3.5 pound squirrels?
For
33.
sure, the little squirrels.
Really? A swarm of little squirrels versus one
That's
biggie?
that's dangerous.
Dude,
Do I get
100-pound
anything?
Squirrel,
It's just bare hands.
Bare hands.
God, man, it's just like
they're gonna
I guess
swarm, but I think I can run about as fast, and I can do some stomping and kicking, and just like do some Superman rolls. Just keep moving, slam your back against
No,
shit.
they're
do what you got.
man,
You're gonna get a lot of damage, but it's gonna be little if you protect your face and nuts.
I don't think so. I don't think squirrels are insanely agile. I don't think I would last against either, obviously, but
It's swarm tactics. If you swing, you're gonna hit some of 33.
But if you swing, you'll hit all of one.
you could hit 3 or 4 on a
What if
swing.
he's boxing trained?
But
I
the
didn't
thing is
consider that.
you could punch you could punch a squirrel as hard as you can. They will still run and scamper and bite you in the neck if they can climb up to you.
If I want
Like
to
they're
stomp, they ain't taking 200 plus
yes,
acceleration.
no trust me. I've
Aim for
stomped
the head, bud. What the fuck? Say what you're gonna say.
I've stomped on rocks
Right. About the size of a squirrel, and it's
about
not
the
easy.
size of the squirrel.
Yeah.
It's really not easy.
And even they're fast. Imagine how fast a squirrel would be compared to that rock.
exactly,
No
dude.
bueno.
Yeah, man.
And 33 of them?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to take either one of those cases, but I guess if I were to equate it, maybe like 1v1 against equating that squirrel,
might be
maybe a wolf.
You might be
Would I rather take a wolf or
no 100-pound squirrel.
33
I'm not
squirrels?
great at jujitsu, but I know enough that like he might
I'm
bite
thinking
my
that-
arm, but I can get to a neck, and that's gonna cut it in a humanoid-ish sized thing. You're right. I'm switching to one squirrel.
I now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'd go with one 100-pound squirrel. Likely not winning, but I think my chances are better.
Right. So we're all one squirrel guys.
Yeah.
Can we get some high fives around the room?
Ow.
That last one might not show up on the audio, but for the fans back home, we all high fived each other.
Round robin high fives.
Absolutely, the
Yeah,
way it
yeah.
ought to be.
Yeah.
High fives are not meant to be hoarded, but shared.
That's really rude to Robin.
Saying they're round, healthy, at all sizes, even the round shape of size.
All sized robins.
Round is hate speech.
Well, I think square is hate speech.
Takes one to know one.
Yeah, wow, this is a pretty hateful group of people we got
Pretty
here.
hateful podcast.
All right, listen up,
yeah.
beans.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I originally was comfortable coming on this podcast because I knew you guys were, I guess,
Right, yeah, we had a
at,
good
at
night.
some level. No, at some level moderate. You know, weren't too crazy, but like I'm not trying to ruin my career over you guys being, I don't know, pretty hateful against robins.
Yeah, right. And of course, digging into your past and all that as well. After
Yeah, no,
saved you
I
from
think
that
I think
squirrel
we kind of
comment.
nipped that in the bud. I don't
Yeah.
think there's any reason we should bring that back up.
Right.
But you know,
So what have you done to squirrels now that I'm not here to pull your ass out of the fire? Tell me. I would love to know.
I mean, sometimes when squirrels are hungry,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have enough acorns.
Yeah.
You have leftover peanuts and cashews from
Yeah.
a Thanksgiving feast. You put them on your deck and you let them feed off the peanuts and cashews.
Damn, well answered. Well played, Dylan. Well played. A political move, but one I must respect.
What else you got for me, buddy?
Next question, pal.
Next question, friendo.
Oh God, the power dynamic in this conversation has surely shifted.
Yeah, all right, Stink King.
Oh no, a title I was once proud of is now my biggest shame.
Yeah. Turn that one on you, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Now, what have you done to squirrels?
pot him with a 35 Magnum every time I see him. Dude. If I don't got my fucking piece on me and I see a squirrel, I go into a blind rage and I just go running
Bopping.
after it.
Yeah.
The gun has actually decreased my social harm, I would say, because now I can just take it out quickly.
Right.
Before I was running through people, running through crowds. If I saw one, oh my God,
Right.
anybody in my way was not a person to me anymore. They,
Yeah, right.
They were
Oh,
an
no,
obstacle
absolutely.
to be overcome/destroyed. And
Understandable.
I never didn't overcome/destroy them. You were lucky to be overcame because you weren't destroyed. Is all I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm
that's
very
like
quick.
that's my general experience.
I can
with
fit into
squirrels.
small spaces where you can't reach.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you were squirrel hunting, man, I see a lot of potential. Is all I'm saying. If you stopped feeding these little demons and instead eradicated them.
Some
with
of
me.
us, some of us like to give and not take.
Right. Well, I like to give the sweet embrace of death to all squirrels.
Yeah, dude. One of the favorite Snapchat sequences I've gotten ever is one of my buddies. He was doing some yard work, and there was a spider's nest in one of his barns or something like that, and he had to take care of it, so he sprayed some Raid on it or whatever they use, and and the caption on the Snapchat was sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And then the next Snapchat after that was he was watering the plants. He's like, "You take life, but you got to give back." But it's like what was so funny is just that was him. That it wasn't prompted or anything like that. It's just like what he went through in the sequence of his day and what went through his mind. It was you take life, you got to give back.
Is he the Avatar?
Yeah, dude. He is top two. At least top two funniest people I've ever met in my entire life.
Right,
I would. Steve is up there too.
No, yeah.
No, you really are.
Well, I
but
appreciate that.
yeah, this guy.
Number one in your life, I wouldn't believe if you told me right now. There are so many people out there.
They're super funny. Yeah, no, absolutely. But he is unreal funny.
And you're honestly mediocre compared to them.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I'm. I would.
No,
where would I place myself?
Steve's probably realistically so. Not counting like people you see on TV and people you don't know, like people
Professional funny people.
Right. Which some are not even as funny as people I know personally, but disregarding that, all in all, I'd say Steve is probably top 5 for
No
sure. Funniest people I
way.
know.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You're
cry.
up there.
There's a dang good
No.
chance you're in my top 5 too, I'd say.
Yeah, no, you're a funny man.
And
No,
despite a tremendous amount more effort, I am forever tailing him by a good handful of spots at least on
No.
anyone's list.
Oh my god,
yeah.
this is.
Well, I mean, you could be humble. You know you're funny. Come
Of
on.
course I know
Yeah,
I'm funny. Of course
right.
I know I'm fucking. I make myself laugh all the time.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know how healthy I make my how at what level.
Yeah.
You know when you laugh to yourself.
You think that you think you're too funny.
No, well, there's a level where you can kind of sense you're making yourself laugh a little bit too much here.
Right.
There's,
Are you going crazy?
make sure you're okay here, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
Right.
find an outlet.
Keep yourself in check.
Check in with all the voices.
Yeah, bring
Right.
the whole mental counsel around.
Right? Yeah. No, but you are a funny guy.
Well, now the pressure's on. Now I got to be keeping you guys in stitches for the rest of the podcast.
I mean, I listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm a reg.
true, and we appreciate you.
Are you going to listen to this episode?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I listen to the ones I edit back, and the ones I don't edit. Those I'll just listen to once Zane uploads them. But yeah. It's it's funny. I was talking to my brother recently because put out the album Memphis Gatsby. Shout
that's
out.
cool.
My number
Shout
one-
out.
Yep, number one artist. for me
Very
on Spotify.
very good music video. I've debated.
Bro, can I tell you something hilarious
Of course
about
you
that
can.
music video?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how it
Wait.
has. Yeah.
Okay, now you can tell me.
Okay. Thank God. I didn't. I wanted you to be ready. For
Right?
that.
Yeah. No.
So you know how it has all the Ralph Lauren stuff on it.
Mm.
It says the title. Well, if you didn't notice,
Oh, like in the beginning.
the title says Ralph
Oh.
Lauren. Then the beginning of the video, it has
Yes.
that blur.
Yes.
about how, like,
Right.
Ralph Lauren shot this video.
Yes.
A long
Okay.
time ago.
That's who it was.
And
Yeah.
then at the very end, it has the presented by, and then it has the big Ralph Lauren logo.
I did not catch that.
It's like the very end of the music video.
Is that going to
yeah.
be an issue?
Well, we'll see.
I
And
guess
when
so.
he released the video, he tweeted like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but he tagged Ralph Lauren. It was something like, "Oh, thank you so much for finally releasing this at Ralph Lauren."
Heck
A
yeah.
publicity stunt, if nothing else.
Yeah,
Hey, shout out to
exactly.
Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, shout out to Ralph Lauren. Thank you for pumping out this awesome music video.
Right. Yeah.
Your brother might be a genius.
That's what I'm saying. Dude,
No, he is. Yeah,
he's
like,
on his shit. Like when I was home for Thanksgiving, I mean, he was a lot of the time like by himself, reaching out to people on Instagram, reaching out to people on Reddit, like promoting himself and stuff like that. Kind of all around the clock. I don't know if I could be like that with something. But if I really believe,
Well, I mean,
Try it with this podcast.
yeah, honestly,
well, I mean, you have a full-time job. You spend at least, we'll say comfortably 6 hours productively doing only stuff for
Right,
your
right.
company, right?
Sure.
At least a day. Imagine if that was, your job. You could apply that to almost anything, and I
Yeah.
imagine that's probably what your brother was doing, at least to some extent, if he's not, doing a lot of side hustles.
Quit your job and become a YouTuber.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
but-
Right.
But bringing it back to this podcast, that's what reminded me of it.
Yep.
Was so I was talking to him about his music and stuff, and like he's totally comfortable showing it to people, but he never asks people like if they like it. Like that's never a question that he thinks like, because he was like saying the two things are, one, they do like it, and then they'll tell you, and that's fine. But if they don't, or even if they don't love it, they're gonna tell you it's like great, and you're also putting them in a weird spot where they probably have to lie, because even like honest people aren't gonna be like, oh yeah, it wasn't really my thing, you know what I mean? Except
Not
for
me.
some people. Okay, some people would.
Most would hold-
Me being
yeah.
one of them. Thankfully, I actually fucking love it. I could,
Me too.
for proof, it's my number one viewed or like artist on Spotify.
It was fantastic.
But-
all the music is.
but
Not just
yeah,
saying
it's
that
just
'cause
like, and
I'm
I
trying to-
realized I kind of do the same thing with this podcast. For friends that I have shown it to, I don't think I really ask like, oh, what'd you think? Like, did you like it? Like, do you think it's good?
Yeah, because
Because I like,
Doesn't matter. We're having fun with it.
I was gonna say because there is some level of how much you care about what your fans think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't say I don't give a crap about what anybody thinks.
yeah, no, I definitely want people
right,
to
and
like it.
it's yeah, right, exactly, right. You don't care to the point where you're gonna change something about what you do. You do it for yourself. You're
Right.
not doing it for the fans, but at a very small level, you do care about what your fans think. At some small level, it's not going to make or break you. It's not going to change the way you do things, but you do care, and everybody cares about everything they do.
I will
It's just
say-
to that extent. I don't even know why I said that. It's
well,
just like,
yeah, no,
common
but the
sense.
the other side of not asking people if they like it, in not pressuring them essentially into giving you an answer, is that when someone comes to you and they say, I listened to it and I liked it, because if they didn't like it, they wouldn't bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
But when someone comes to you, or like if you tell them about it, and then like a week later they're like, oh dude, I listened to it, it was really good.
yeah, unprovoked.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's like, oh, it
It's
feels
better.
It feels
Yeah.
that much better.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's like the analogy of like, you like doing the dishes feels better when your mom didn't tell you to do them. And getting a compliment feels a lot better when you essentially didn't ask them for the compliment.
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think about that a lot, actually. It's like, you have to like who you are. Like, you have to like yourself.
Yeah. And again, I think I'm hilarious. We've been over this. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, some people think so.
right.
Don't get too
Some
confident.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's this crazy little thing. It's going
Life,
strong.
man. Yeah. It's just like, I guess I'll say, when I was young and thought I was smarter than everybody else. I mean, I am, but when
Of
I
course.
genuinely thought it,
Yeah.
I was of the mindset, oh, I don't care about what anybody thinks about what anything I do. That's just so wrong. It's
Right.
so wrong to think I don't care what anybody thinks ever.
Yeah.
It couldn't be. There's nothing more far from. I mean, obviously, I'm being hyperbolic here, but
Yeah.
like, you care about everything you do, and you also care about what people think that what you do. Like, you care about what people think all the time about
Yeah.
everything you do. If you didn't, you'd be a serial killer doing something
Yeah,
crazy.
if I didn't think people cared about, or if I didn't care if people cared about what I did, I would totally be out murdering people.
Right, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only real barrier.
Yeah, exactly. Is reputational.
Yeah. My brain's just bouncing around here. It's just like, no, because it just like makes me think about like why, because Jordan Peterson brings this up a lot. Is like how you could go to a giant, like we just went to the comedy show.
Yeah.
People, somebody's put their foot over to your half, makes you uncomfortable. How are people not at their throats? And it just makes me think, it's like, well, is it fear of consequences? Because what your brain goes to sometimes, right, is, okay, somebody nudges you the wrong way. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to push them, and then somebody's going to press charges, and then is it aversion to the consequences, or is it you genuinely feel that it's a good thing to do to nip it in the bud and not be confrontational?
Yeah.
I think I generally feel the latter. I don't usually have that type of retaliatory urge. I think.
No, I'm just bringing that up as an example, but with anything, is it truly trying to be a good person, or is it aversion to consequences of doing whatever you want?
Right. But even,
in any case, right? And not necessarily somebody, nudges you the wrong way, but in any case where something is not exactly how you would like it to go, and how far are you willing to make it that way?
I think it's some Vygotsky or Maslow or Piaget or some developmental psychologist dug into this and kind of delineated it as stages of development, and I'm pretty sure that that's sort of a transition you're supposed to make. I don't remember exactly.
When you're a child or something like that?
More or less in like late childhood / puberty, teenage years, like the transition from exactly action via fear of consequence or thought, like action foresight processing with that as the primary motivator. And there's supposedly, at least with like normal maturation, a transition to respecting the sanctity of laws and rule of order and all. And of course, this is a theory.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
not like
Right. Of course. Right.
a proven thing.
Yeah,
or
but I'm
it's
sure they're
whatever.
all smarter than all of us. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a postulated test, like a time withstanding,
What does postulated mean?
like thought about,
Hypothesized,
put
yeah.
forward. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Yep.
A thing that's been described in detail and published about and known about for some decades. So it's at least a school of thought.
Right.
But so with that kind of stuff, the retaliatory stuff that you wouldn't do because of social norms and how people feel about you, I think also doing positive things sometimes. Like the other night, or maybe last night, I was at some restaurant that I had ordered food at to pick up, and I ended up sitting there for like maybe 20 minutes, like waiting a while. And it was just in this restaurant, it was literally just me, this guy playing guitar and singing, and then this other guy at this table who I guess is a regular, knows the people who work there, wasn't like eating. He was literally just sitting there doing nothing. I don't know what he was doing. But I was like, oh, I wish I was the kind of person who would just kind of say something to one of these people and just like, I'm here for 20 minutes with nothing to do. Why don't I just like start up a conversation, see if like something interesting comes out of it. Who knows? Like maybe whatever. But there's something in me, and I think it's a similar, I don't know, feeling to not wanting to do anything retaliatory or like,
Fear of confrontation.
Yeah, fear of confrontation. Yeah. It's similar in that you don't want to stir the pot in any way.
Right.
Even if it's like, oh, hey, like, what's your name? How's your night? Like, do you come here often? You know all the people here? Like, whatever. Like, I don't know, just something. But instead, I just like sat on my phone like a fucking loser.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I kind of wish I was like a little bit more out there. And I wonder if
Sparky.
that's tied to when someone wrongs you, you'll also be like, hey, bro, what the fuck? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
'Cause I probably wouldn't
because there's
do either.
nuance to it.
Yeah,
Right.
unless pushed far enough.
Right, exactly. Everybody's gonna fend for their life if it gets to that. But where on the line do you? Well, I'm just talking about like the opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Worst case, somebody impedes on you to the level where you have to defend for your life.
Right.
But at the very very bottom level, it's somebody's talking too loud when everybody's trying to enjoy a show or a musician.
Right.
But yeah, no, I definitely get that because there's some instances where I would say that I force myself to speak up, but I hate confrontation. I really hate confrontation.
But you're also a lot better than me at just like talking to strangers.
That is true. Yeah.
Striking up conversations is like stressful to me.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, you're good at it as well.
I love conversation.
I love conversation too. I have a fucking podcast that's just talking about bullshit. But yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm just thinking. Yeah. The difference between talking to somebody you have no idea who they are and are willing to go out of your comfort zone.
Dude, dates are the same way for me also. It's like I've had good dates that like eventually it opens up, but like I feel like I don't know.
You're not the opener.
No,
not
I can
necessarily.
lead a conversation on a date because I'm there for a reason. It's not just some
Fair enough.
stranger
Right.
that I'm
Yeah.
walking
Okay.
up to.
Yep.
That's like, but yeah, it's sometimes I'll go into like a performance mode kind of thing where It's like, oh, am I just like talking to talk and make conversation,
Ooh,
or
right.
am I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
actually talking to a human being
Right.
now?
Yeah.
Like I like turn it on, kind of. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Being
But
an
yeah,
adult.
sometimes it gets real, and those are the best dates.
Yeah, being an adult stinks, dude. You have to actually talk to people.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
I can't. What's
Nah,
that like
it's
talking to
fun.
people?
There's
Yeah.
so much freedom and flexibility.
Yeah.
You get to drive your own car.
Yeah,
Not just
true.
literally,
Right?
but like in a metaphorical sense. You are steering your ship.
Yeah,
whatever
I
the
can't-
hell you want to use.
I can't remember who talked about this, but somebody that I listened to said, imagine if cars came out today with our current culture the way it is, you wouldn't be able to get your driver's license until you were 25. Like
You don't think so?
almost guaranteed the speed limits on highways would be 20, not 25. I'm exaggerating,
Right,
but
right.
like
Yeah,
45
maybe.
on a highway.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
I'm just thinking about like how much freedom we had back in the day.
Mm.
Like you could duel somebody. God, those are the good days, man.
Oh.
Have you ever had an offense against you that you would have considered dueling had it been an option?
I mean, I've like fought people before.
Mm.
I'm not against dueling.
Right.
Like-
Do you think if it were legal, that fight could have gone to the death? Any of those?
I
doubt it.
yeah. I don't think there was any fight where even if it were legal,
Mm-hmm.
I would have tried to take somebody's life.
Right. That's good.
Agreed.
You know, especially growing up with my brother. Like,
Yeah.
They're-
Me and
they're-
my brother, though, we fought a good amount as kids, but we definitely had a line. If someone was choking, it pretty much stopped.
yeah.
Like,
Even though the like my brother said, like my brother pulled a knife on me. My brother,
jeez.
but it was like fake. It was like he went to go run and he grabbed the knife. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. But
Right.
but he never like ran towards me with a knife. Right? Yeah. No, but it never got to like a level where either of us feared for our lives. But I guess with real confrontation, with real
With
consequences,
strangers where you don't know what this fucking person's
yeah,
thinking.
yeah, man. I mean, I would die on some really, really
Small
stupid
hills,
hills.
yeah.
Really stupid hills. Yeah, man.
Could you give us an example of a dumb hill?
So okay,
Is it bean related?
no. So I left my I lost my tackle box in the sense. I left my tackle box at a park where I went fishing one time, and it wasn't there the next day when I went to go look for it, and so stupid. I drove by the park one day and I was like, if I saw somebody with it, I would go confront them, and it would get to yells. I think I would die for a stupid tackle box that somebody gave me for free.
Right.
Not because I cared about the tackle box, but because I think I would let it get to a level
Right.
where I would match somebody's intensity
To the end.
to a duel,
Right.
to a duel level. And if it were legal, I would sign a dueling contract.
Yeah.
Oh, not for the tackle box. I could give a shit about
For the pride.
give a crap about a $20 tackle box, but it's the principle.
Right.
I'm a man of principle, as you can probably tell, and so I would die for the principle, even if the principle would be something worth $5.
Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
very very silly, of course, but
I think I lack principles, maybe.
hmm.
No.
No, I don't think.
got
I was
some-
gonna
got
say I
some.
don't think you do.
I got some. I could use some more principles. Is all I'm saying.
yeah.
I think there's a few more
We all
principles
could.
that I'm lacking.
Yeah. We all could.
Yeah. I think the ones I got are pretty good, but they're just few and far between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how about you? What if dueling was legal, right?
Right.
Verbal contracts were legally binding on dueling to the death,
Right.
and you had no legal repercussions because it was a legal contract.
Yeah.
What hill would you die on? What do you think? What could you imagine would be the smallest hill you would die on?
I mean, I could think of some big hills, but
Yeah, same.
what's the smallest hill?
What's
I
the
would
smallest
die on?
hill you'd be
And
like?
pretty much all of mine involve high crime or violence.
How do you figure? What do you mean?
Like,
2 tackle boxes,
I
I
mean-
would say.
a
right.
very easy one would be like a Taken scenario for sure. Go
Oh,
ham.
Right.
Or like if somebody
Yeah. Right.
B&E'd your house and killed your partner or something, like that could drive me to the point of murder.
Fair enough.
For sure.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that
But,
most
like,
people would probably
Most
agree.
of the stuff is around that level.
Okay. Everything else you'd let go.
I mean, like, a dozen or two counts of pedophilia and this dude's in my house, I don't know, maybe.
Oh,
There's,
even though he
There's
didn't.
bars of like non-violent but truly fucked shit where I
Right.
would like, you know
No,
what?
fair enough. Yeah,
I
fair
would
enough.
go testify and I would stake my career and future plans on
Right,
this-
but yeah,
this
I
scam. But that's
right.
pretty much where my head
I guess
stopped.
I'm just crazy here
So-
because I'm trying to nitpick and get you guys on something that's like something that's not obvious.
Right,
Would you
right.
kill a pedophile? I don't know.
For me, it's not the size of the hill, but can I win the fight? You know
No,
what I
see, it's
mean?
not even about that for me.
See,
Grandmother
it's
cuts
the
you off in a
principle.
parking lot.
Yeah, if I think I'm winning, yeah,
Grandmother.
bring out the revolvers. I'm
Right.
practicing.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
whipping
yeah,
it around
right,
like
yeah,
Billy
yeah.
the Kid and like.
Dude, the Wild West
socketing
would
it
be
back.
so cool.
Look him in the eyes, aim no higher.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm taking the 10 steps. Yeah, no. If I'm winning this fight, man, yeah, some pretty petty shit probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's if you knew the outcome would be in your favor.
right. If it's a true 50-50.
A true 50-50. Yeah.
Ooh. What am I dueling? What am I risking my life on a coin toss for?
Right.
Yeah, 2 tackle boxes, 1 in and
Two
out,
ta-
but
right,
it's gonna
yeah,
be 2.
right, okay, yeah, no, fair enough.
2 and I'm pissed.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's my
the
line.
exactly. I just have a lot more self-control than you is all. Twice as
Well,
much, I would say.
I obviously have self-control. If I saw somebody with my tackle box, I'd
Right, and you didn't kill them when you could have.
right.
when morally you could have.
Right. Well, I mean, not legally, but you can do anything you want one time.
That's true. Everyone, yeah.
And literally anything you want, you
Yeah.
can do it one time.
Exactly. Oh, I love that
And
law.
I chose that law, right? Yeah. I chose not to do it that one time.
Just a possible conversation off ramp if we want on the topic of Steve beating up grannies.
Fair enough.
We're in the final 10 minutes or so of probably our episode.
Okay.
Do y'all want some would you rather or
Yeah, throw 'em at
I
us.
was in the back of my mind. Yeah.
Okay, ready? The granny god appears and offers you one magical item. Which of the following would you rather have? There's 5. You ready?
Ready.
First, perfect knitted blanket, the comfiest blanket in the world, also magically stays warm. Second, endless cookie jar, magically refills with fresh cookies every day. Third, dentures of death. You can command the dentures to chase anyone, they will bite to kill. A bit of a departure from the theme so far.
Right.
Fourth, old lady perfume. Can spray an endless amount of perfume that chokes anyone who smells it. And resurrect. Fifth, instead of an item, the grandma god resurrects your grandma for a week. Okay, so there's 1 sentimental option, 2 combat options, and 2 wholesome options. What are you feeling?
So I guess I'd say, so the resurrection one, I was gonna say personally, I mean, one of my grandmothers died before I was born. The other one died when I was 7, and I really didn't get to know her personally. But then again, if I could give my mom her mom back, that would be so amazing.
Yeah.
Then again, dentures that kill people.
Yeah.
Sorry, mom.
I'm always warm and sweating, so a warm blanket, even that comfy, I don't think I need. I sleep like a baby.
Yeah, but
Cookie
also
jar, though.
you could never, you wouldn't have to die from starvation.
If you have a
Unlimited
jar?
cookies.
Yeah.
Unlimited satiation.
I couldn't, again, back to the self-control thing. If I have an unlimited cookie jar, I'm eating cookies all the time.
Selling them. You have
Oh,
no
what-
cost of entry.
Dude, this is the premise of Cookie Clicker.
What is
Never mind.
Oh,
Don't worry
that
about it.
game. Yeah. I remember that. Yep.
Deep cut. We can move on.
You're right.
Steve sunk a lot of hours into that.
Dude, real quick, and a final chapter of my Cookie Clicker journey. I was 98% of the way through it after 3 months of basically having it open on my computer all the time.
Yep.
My save got wiped. I found a website where you could rebuild a save,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the same.
F to pay respects.
It
man.
wasn't. I knew
What
it was fake.
what power of 10 did you get to?
I was up to septendecillion.
I don't know what that is.
So
10 to X. What
It's
is X?
it's the 17. If billion is 2,
Nice.
trillion is 3,
Yeah.
it was the 17 one. So it was 10 to the 54th power,
Wait.
I think.
So
Okay.
literally more atoms than are theorized to be in the known universe.
Correct.
By
Is it? Okay.
thousands of orders of magnitude.
Nice.
Maybe
Yeah, well, you go up
millions of
3. Yeah,
orders.
three powers. That's thousands. Yeah, that's crazy though.
Yeah, I was playing for I was getting there. Although you always feel like you're getting there, but yeah, no, I was I was freed honestly that day.
You're on the grind.
Yeah.
You're on the grind.
Exactly, dude. I
But
had
anyway,
all the
yeah.
systems down in my head. But yeah, sorry. Back to the
Right.
options.
Granted, crap. I think if I could give my mom 100 sports cars
Mhm.
by having a no cost of entry billion-dollar cookie industry, I think she would want to see her. But for a week, come on.
Yeah.
I
And these are
yeah.
good homemade
I think
cookies.
I think I
I'm
would
going
go
cookie
with the
jar.
cookie jar.
Both my
Yeah.
grandmas are alive, so it's
Yeah.
easier. But
Right. Yeah. I think I'd go cookie
Dude,
jar.
I think I'm going blanket.
You think so?
I think so, dude. Just like you could be anywhere and be warm.
listen, if it's
They sell great sleeping bags. Like
It-
negative 30-degree sleeping
if
bags.
it's always the right temperature, like cooling or warming,
Ah.
100% I'm sold. If
Ah.
it's just warm all the time, I'm out.
I'll buy a trillion blankets once I make my trillion dollar industry
Right,
of cookies. Yeah, I think I'm taking the cookie jar.
Okay. Can the blanket be a Snuggie?
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it could. Yeah. I mean, I'd say that's fair game.
I'm never paying for heat again. Oh my, dude, I'm just saying.
I mean, you'd have to also wear a blanket all the time,
Around my house,
right?
And it's a Snuggie.
so it's useful.
and it
in-
has sleeves.
yeah, it's useful in your house.
Yeah. Where's your? Oh my god. Okay. I don't think you know the first thing about cookie distribution to handle this billion-dollar industry that you talk so much
I
about.
don't know. So your market is very, very, very big.
Yeah, the cookie.
There's no
people
niche
like
markets that
cookies.
you have to find.
Right.
Mother effers love cookies.
That's true.
You won't have a hard time finding customers.
and also, mother not effers. Everybody likes cookies.
Yes, humans like cookies.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Most of them.
So
the ones I trust.
I'd say cookie. I'd say cookie jar.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Blanket. You thinking?
Dude, imagine, you just go out into the woods, just lie down, you're super comfy and warm. Doesn't matter.
No. Warm, comfy.
Yeah,
you-
comfiest blanket ever.
Wrap yourself up in it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
As a man who would like to return to nature as bad as you, I guess having the cookies there would be good too, though, to like not have to forage for food.
Right. Yeah.
They're both pretty useful.
I
Yeah.
might be having all those food intolerances. I might end up going blanket depending on this allergy referral.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, in the cookie jar scenario, is it fair to say that the IRS knows that the cookie jar is magical and they're okay with it?
Oh, you don't want them investigating your operation?
Well, I don't care about the investigation. I was just like, well,
You're
if
not
they,
breaking any laws.
Yeah,
Magic
but
ain't
how's
well,
illegal.
illegal.
I'm just saying,
Document the production of cookies.
if they know that it's magic and they know that I don't have to pay money for
No
it,
employees.
they
like
don't.
what?
They can tax my returns on all the sales that I make, but
Mm-hmm.
they're I don't have to pay taxes on something that I'm not taking anything out of, right?
Right, yeah.
So we can say it's fair to say that the government is okay with my magical cookie jar.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, I would say so.
Okay,
and
fair
if
enough.
anything, you wouldn't be spending your returns on investments that don't get taxed because you don't need any more much.
No,
more.
I
no,
get
you
that.
still
Yeah,
need infrastructure to expand.
right. But
as
you,
well.
that comes. That'll come with time.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe some lateral.
Well, then
movements
again,
into
no.
other
Then again, you
industries.
don't really need infrastructure. Well, yeah, you do. Yep, fair enough.
I
Yep.
mean, to distribute, you need trucks at
Yep,
least.
yep,
Drivers
yep,
for those trucks.
yep.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about production. I'm like, wait, no, I'm not making anything.
But you'll
and
also-
and then you need transit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff.
But the production is completely yours.
Right.
Just literally take the cookie jar, flip it upside down, pours out cookies
On a conveyor belt.
endlessly.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Send it out, boys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I go cookie jar.
Okay. Yeah, I might be switching too. I don't sleep outside that often. now that I
Yeah,
think
right.
about it.
Right. You're not too comfortable sleeping outside.
Yeah, very true.
All right, you guys want another one?
Yep.
Yeah, let's hit it.
This is an interesting one, so I like it. Would you rather wake up with $50 in your pocket every day or have $200 appear in your house somewhere every day, but you wake up and it's very well hidden and you have to find it the same day or it disappears?
$50.
$50 too.
Yeah.
I guess it depends how well hidden. It could be incredibly well hidden. If I have to tear apart my closet,
I'm a
I don't
busy
have
guy.
an hour every day. I
Yeah.
would do $50.
Yeah.
If it's well hidden, like I know where my shit mostly is and I check every bookshelf and like kind of between and on top of every clothes pile, then maybe we're good. They're folded clothes, but
Yeah, but it did say
I guess I
well
go
hidden.
50. I
It
guess I
said
go
well hidden, didn't
Life hack. You become a minimalist.
it? Right.
You have nothing around in your house or in your home, and then there's nowhere to hide.
Right.
$200 a day is like 50 or 55K a year salary.
On top of what I already make.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'd also be, what is that?
Oh, a little less. It'd be like 50.
It's like 11K.
Minus some
It's
taxes or
11K
whatever.
with the $50, right?
I assume this is cash. This shit ain't getting taxed, boys. I'm sorry to say.
That's the second thing that went into my mind.
right.
Yep. The first thing was doing all the
How
complex
much money
math.
am I getting, and how much is getting fucking taken away?
Yep.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying 50. I
50
ain't
for
got
sure.
time for that.
Yep,
like,
right. Yep.
No way.
Yep.
All right, easy enough. We have about 30 seconds left before we hit our minimum time. I've got one radical one. Do y'all want it?
Sure.
Yes.
Let's get radical in 30
Okay,
seconds.
heads up, listeners. End the episode if you're done. Would you rather violently orgasm every time you eat or involuntarily shout racial slurs whenever someone is within 10 feet of your location?
Orgasm when I eat.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That's like, yeah, that's a quick one. Don't eat in public as often as you can.
Yeah.
Like, avoid it.
Yeah.
Eat beforehand.
I'd say it's fair to assume 90% of all adolescent boys have orgasmed very quietly, trying to hide it from their parents when they were ages 12 through 15. So I could live with that while eating.
yeah, I agree.
Do you do it once per meal or like every bite?
I would say once per meal.
Once per meal. Oh, that's
Yeah, I'm
no
definitely doing
question.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what your stamina is in general, but I don't know
I
how
do
many
eat a lot.
times.
yeah. Well, would you have to wear a diaper every time you eat?
That's an option.
Right.
Probably just a condom.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we're all in agreement. And on that note,
Mhm.
y'all boys want to go grab a bite to eat?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
starving, bro.
absolutely. Yeah. Thank you guys for having me. Love the podcast. Still do.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
As hard as you guys make it to, like you guys,
to
I,
open up.
you know,
Dylan,
yeah.
you want to shout out your home address?
yeah.